back then until now, the journey is not that easy. I experienced a lot of hardship in life. When I started, we're poor, like we have nothing. Nobody support me, but I always bring surprises.
Manny Pacquiao's life has always been a fight. First for food, then for respect, and ultimately for greatness. He wasn't born into boxing royalty. There were no sponsors, no trainers lining up, no easy path. Just a boy with cracked knuckles, sleeping on gym floors, chasing a dream no one else could see. But step by step, punch by punch, he carved his place in the sport's most sacred halls.
Uppercut! Dalawa, tatlo uppercut, hindi nakuha. Dahil nakadepensa naman si Rolando Toyogon. Ang guard po niya, ito po, pinipilit naman round. Hindi naman kailangan apurahin to eh. Okay, but he is punishing Toyogon with those shorts. Uppercut and look, that's another uppercut, a left uppercut.
At just 16, he turned professional. By 19, he was a world champion. And over the next 2 decades, he didn't just win belts. He rewrote the sport's DNA, 8 weight divisions, 12 world titles, a resume decorated with victories over legends like Barrera, Morales, Marquez, De La Hoya, Hatton and Thurman. His fights weren't just watched, they were events, moments that united a nation. In the Philippines, when Manny fought, everything stopped. Streets emptied, crime dropped, hope soared.
Every time Manny fought, it was like 0 crime rate. Yeah, seriously, look it up. No crime rate, everybody just puts their guns down and just say, let's just watch the Pacquiao fight. So for like a few hours, like no crime. So I was like, what if we fought every single day, like no crime?
But for Pacquiao, the fight was never just physical, it was spiritual. Every jab carried the weight of a past he refused to return to. Every win, a message to kids who come from nothing that anything is possible. And even after being inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame, even after sitting in the halls of government as a senator, he never stopped chasing that feeling, that roar of the crowd, that ring beneath his feet, that war in the heart. Now, after 4 years away, that hunger has returned. And he's not picking an easy road back. No farewell tour, no exhibition. He's chosen a real fight against Mario Barrios, a young champion with power, speed and everything to prove. The doubters are loud. He's 46, they say. It's too late. But Pacquiao has spent his entire life proving people wrong. He's already the oldest fighter to ever win a welterweight title. And he did it by handing Keith Thurman his first loss. To understand Manny Pacquiao is to understand defiance. Not the loud kind, but the quiet, relentless version, the kind that keeps showing up round after round, year after year. For him, boxing isn't just a sport, it's a way of life. A battlefield of belief, and now, as he steps back under the lights of Las Vegas, he isn't just fighting a man, he's fighting doubt, age, time, and the ticking clock that haunts every athlete.
I think boxing became lonely. Lonely, you know that. And now I'm back. I want to make the boxing again as happy as fun as like what we did before.
Mario Barrios isn't just another fighter chasing paychecks or headlines. He's a quiet storm brewing for years, now finally crashing into the spotlight. Born and raised in San Antonio, Texas, Barrios came up in the sport the hard way. He learned discipline before most kids learn multiplication, trading childhood weekends for grueling sparring sessions and early morning roadwork. By the time most teens were worried about prom, Mario was headlining cards and stepping into the national boxing scene with a calm intensity that set him apart.
Why am I doing this? For me, I have a couple of reasons. For myself, I've been in boxing since I was 6. I have love for this game. Some fighters, Pacquiao for example, I think that's what it is. You just have love for the sport.
But it hasn't all been smooth. His rise was carved through fire, gut-wrenching training camps, brutal wars in the ring and the haunting aftermath of fights that took a physical toll far beyond the final bell. One of those fights left him in a hospital, pissing blood, heart racing in panic. Still, he came back stronger. Even in defeat, like his showdown with the explosive Gervonta Tank Davis, Barrios earned respect, showing the heart of a warrior and the skill of a true technician. He proved he belonged at the elite level, not just surviving, but competing with the very best. Now, as the WBC welterweight champion, Barrios stands taller than ever, literally and figuratively. At 6 feet with laser-focused determination, he's no longer the underdog. He carries the pride of his Mexican-American heritage into every bout, fueled by the memory of his roots and the support of those who've believed in him from day one. He knows what people say, that Pacquiao is the icon, the living legend, the executioner of Mexican fighters. But Barrios sees this fight differently. This isn't just a title defense. It's a moment to shift the narrative, to end a legacy by beginning his own.
I feel like I've definitely been underestimated in my career.
Get stronger as you finish. Get stronger as you finish. Nice work.
Fighting Pacquiao isn't just about glory. It's about respect, identity, and proving that the new generation isn't waiting for a handoff. They're here to take it. Mario Barrios didn't ask for this moment. He earned it. And come fight night, he plans to show the world exactly why the WBC belt sits around his waist and why it's going to stay there. But while Barrios is ready to stake his claim against a legend, those who've walked alongside Pacquiao, like George Kambosos Jr, offer a more personal lens into what this comeback truly means. Having shared countless rounds with the Filipino icon, Kambosos knows firsthand the intensity and heart Manny brings every time he steps through the ropes.
Yeah, it's surprising. Obviously, I know Manny very well. You know, he's a true competitor. He's a guy that if you put something in his head, and obviously to create more history, he's a guy that's going to give everything. And
he called Pacquiao a true competitor, someone who, when locked in on a goal, gives every ounce of himself to achieve it. Still, Kambosos didn't shy away from the reality that age may be catching up. Reflecting on Pacquiao's past few performances, especially his recent exhibitions, he admitted they were hard to watch, a far cry from the lightning-fast legend he once trained with.
And then watching the exhibition he had with the Korean guy or the Japanese guy in last year, it was hard to watch. I know Manny, I know the man that I was sparring. I love that guy. So, but again, he's a legend, and he turns it on. He can still do it.
Rapper D Smoke weighed in on the Pacquiao vs Barrios showdown with a blend of realism and admiration. He made it clear from the start he's rooting for Manny Pacquiao. While he acknowledged that Mario Barrios is no pushover and isn't stepping into the ring just to roll over, D Smoke still believes the Filipino icon has what it takes to pull off a win. He doesn't see a knockout happening, but expects a tight, competitive battle ending in a split decision in Pacquiao's favour. His pick wasn't just about boxing skills. It came from a place of respect for Pacquiao's legacy and the hope that this comeback sets the stage for a few more thrilling matchups.
I think Pacquiao wins. I don't see him stopping Barrios. I think Pacquiao wins by split decision. I'm gonna split. It's a close fight. You know, Mario Barrios is not here to lay over.
Adding to the conversation from a different angle, rising star Tszyu shared a more cautious perspective on the bout. While he showed deep respect for Pacquiao's storied past and acknowledged his unmatched accomplishments, Tszyu leaned toward the side of logic and physical reality. In his eyes, Mario Barrios holds a critical advantage youth. With age inevitably catching up to even the greatest, Tszyu believes Barrios' energy, reflexes and prime condition might be the keys to victory. That said, he didn't rule Pacquiao out entirely. In fact, Tszyu admitted that if anyone could defy the odds and turn back the clock, it would be Manny Pacquiao.
I think Barrios wins. I think young, and it's hard with age. But I think if anyone was going to do it, Manny Pacquiao's in there.
So what do you think? Will the legend rise from the ashes like a boxing phoenix, Or will the young lion guard his throne with a brutal welcome? Drop your takes and comments. And hey, if you're loving the heat, smash that like button, share it with your fight crew, and hit subscribe for more knockout content every week.